My grandma told me there's this special monk, a German monk, that you must meet. He comes arms round. So this is how my teacher was introduced to me when one day he came to my grandma's place. But I was so full of ego that I know everything. So I recognized him as a very special, like a very special being. He looks very saintly, very ascetic, really, when he came arms round, also so glowing. But he looks so simple too. So for my egoistic mind and with all this knowledge, I didn't feel like I should go and meet him again. But I actually met him on the road in another place when I was going by motorbike, that I was going to meet a friend. Suddenly I saw on the road, like a giant figure walking. Then I realized that's the German monk, And then I parked my bike and then went running to him. And those days, I don't know, you don't have it here. I used to like this drink called smack. Do you have it here? I think it's a Sri Lankan product, smack. It's like a drink, So I asked Bante, I will not say Bante actually, I used to say Venerable Sir. Venerable Sir, can I offer you this drink? Then he looked at me and said, this is not what we expect. We expect that you also follow this path. But anyway, he accepted the drink. That was like nearly 11:30, 12. So he, beside the road, the highway, like not a highway, like a road like this, we see. He, sat down and then took his meals with the arms pole, and I offered. I still remember, I couldn't open that. So he had a Swiss knife, He told me to give it to him, and then he opened it with the Swiss knife and gave it back to me, and I offered it. So then I explained to him about my ideas, about the emptiness, something I knew, in a theoretical way or in some way. And he just told one word which made my ego dissolve, made me like an ant. He said something like this also in a thought or something like that. But that actually made me think, I must follow him, I must learn more from him. There's a lot of knowledge that I must get from Bhante. Like that, then I waited until he went to the city, because it will take time, because he's walking. And it will take at least 1 day, 2 days trying to come to the city, monastery. Then I met him, and then from the first time I meet him, I explained further these experiences. And he says, he used to tell, he told it's maybe some karma behind it. And he told me that if you read Satipatthana Sutta, everything will be okay. And where to get the books? So those days we didn't have so many bookshops, so it was a small bookshop called Green Park. And he directed me. That's where my real meeting with the Buddha.